Good morning. The time is 9:21. This month would have been Prince's 68th birthday. The Minnesota-born music legend died 10 years ago now from an accidental overdose.
You know, the love for Prince, his music, and his legacy, it runs deep here in Minneapolis. So museum curator Emma Balazs put together the People's Museum for Prince in Minneapolis. She's here to tell us all about it. Welcome, Emma. Nice to have you here.
It's great to be here.
We have to acknowledge the accent right off the bat because it's not a typical, oh, sure, Minnesota accent. So tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Wow.
There's a lot of Prince love in Melbourne and throughout Australia. Well, as we know, throughout the world.
For sure.
So you were inspired to move here after his death.
I was working in New York at the time, and when I heard about the news of his death, my heart broke, just like millions of people around the world. And I think I cried for a few weeks and then finally worked out that I should come to Minnesota. When I arrived here, I met so many other people who felt the same, you know, who were telling me their Prince stories. I was seeing all the art around me, and I thought, I think I need to be here.
No way. Were you kind of ready for a shift from New York anyway? And then, or did Minnesota just kind of grab your heart? Maybe a little combination?
A combination. I think I didn't realize that I was waiting for a big change, but Prince's death completely changed everything for me. I came here and I just decided to stay open. I decided to follow my heart and to follow my creative spirit, just as Prince had done all of his life.
Okay, that is fascinating.
So when you came here, was your intention to do something like open a Prince museum, or is that something else that's kind of evolved?
That evolved. You know, Prince has a strange way of inspiring people, as you may have heard from other people you've encountered here. But I came just thinking, I want to make sense of what his impact was on Earth. And I went on a pilgrimage around all of the places he lived, and I was trying to find him, you know, in Minnesota, and I couldn't really see him or imagine him here. But then I started to hear all the stories of what people were saying, his impact, the way that he changed their lives or inspired them. And then, because I am a professional curator, I thought, well, maybe I can do something about this. Maybe I can collect these stories. Maybe I can collect all the artworks that I'm seeing being produced and talk about the power of an artist in our lives, you know, and how art can change us.
Okay, so then you created this exhibit. It's at the Roberts Gallery in North Minneapolis. Tell us what it is. What do people experience when they walk through the doors?
Well, first of all, it's in Prince's North Minneapolis childhood area. From the gallery, we can see Prince's teenage home.
Wow.
So it's a really special placement. When you come into the gallery, you'll see there's contributions from about 70 different people throughout the world. We've got stories, we've got poetry, we've got films, we've got sculpture, installation, photography, paintings, just all the different ways that people want to express what Prince meant to them.
When you're looking through well, actually, let's look at the screen, and maybe you can kind of tell us some of the things that are coming up here. And like, where did that particular picture come?
This is actually a temporary a shrine that was created to honor Prince right after he passed. An artist said, people are leaving things on the Paisley Park fence, but we don't really have a place where we can leave something for Prince. And so she created this temporary shrine, added candles and flowers, and it became this beautiful gathering place for people.
Boy, the things out there, I mean, people still take stuff out and drop it off now. It's been 10 years, but I remember being out there in the first couple days covering it for news, and I could not believe the beautiful things that people had created.
It's incredible. People were leaving guitars, big, beautiful paintings that they'd made, so many offerings.
Wow. So then when people are coming in, is it all Prince fans? Is it people who are just maybe visiting Minnesota? Like, who's showing up?
I mean, certainly the fans are coming,
yes.
But also just everyday Minnesotans who say we want to understand more about why Prince mattered so much, because it wasn't only the fans that he impacted, right? We know that Prince was kind of in the air in Minnesota, and he is part of the history here. So we have, of course, all of the fans come in from everywhere, you know, when they hear about the museum. But I'm really enjoying too just the local people coming by and just saying, hey, you know, tell me more about what's going on here and how Prince mattered. You know, one thing that's really important to me is that we don't allow Prince just to become the global icon who made Purple Rain, because he was so much more than that. You know, he was a great humanitarian. He stood for social justice. He was such a deeply inspiring artist in so many different ways. So I think part of this is collecting all the different ways that he mattered, all the different ways he impacted our world.
Well, and such a quirky human being. I mean, that's the other thing when you hear about people who really, I mean, I never met him personally, but when I know people who have, you know, it's like the Kevin Bacon game. You know,
how many degrees of separation?
Everybody knows somebody. And so all of these just like interesting stories. And I just find that to be funny. You know, I mean, that's like joyful and fun, of just like that eccentricity in terms of the artist and this human being, I find to be so fun.
Yeah, he had a great sense of humor.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, we know he was a great prankster, you know, and he was so serious in so many ways and had such attitude, but he was often playing jokes on people. So.
Did you have a particular moment of your life or a particular album of his that really sort of, that was the one? You mentioned Purple Rain. Was that the one that really kind of like got you into Prince?
Well, it was a little bit earlier than that. I think
Yeah.
I was about 12 years old and I heard Controversy for the first time, and I was in the middle of an Australian countryside in like, I think there was AC/DC and rock and roll, and I was feeling, my romantic, poetic self was thinking, oh no, how am I going to survive this world? And I heard Controversy and I saw an image of Prince and I thought, it's going to be okay.
Oh, wow. That is incredible. Okay, so you encourage people to come by and check it out.
I would love that. We're just open for a few more days. This is a nomadic museum, so we're just up for the month of June.
Yes.
We hope that we'll come again, you know, next time, maybe next year. But for now, we're open until Saturday, so people can come by Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 5, to visit us. We'd love to welcome everyone.
Emma, it's so nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you,
Thank
Emma.
you
Thank
so
you.
much. Being open, what a good lesson. Just be open to whatever life gives you. So again, the People's Museum for Prince, open through June 27th. Admission is free. And if you want more details, head over to minnesotalive.com. We'll be back.